But the relationship you brought to the table with me was very organic. So it was easy to turn that into a business relationship. And I think that's an important thing because, again, if you approach somebody very professionally, that's courteous, that's great. But if it stays too professional and it's not this organic thing, then it might not go as far as you want, right?
Yep.
Because we're all people. So yes, it helps that we're peers. We're, we have parallels in life and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, we share a passion for what we do, whether it's making drums, but also you with playing drums and me the same thing. And so we can talk about that, or the bands that we love to listen to, or the bands that we look up to, or whatever. We kind of share a lot of that. And there's a lot of, overlaps in that, which made it easy for us to have conversations that weren't just about what kit can you build me. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. And truly I'm a fan of music, and it was never a doubt in my mind that I'd be in the industry one way or another. For me, it didn't work out to be a drummer, but somehow the drum company worked. And just the dedication and the long years of hustling and everything that we're talking about now, the building blocks were just there, whether I knew I was doing it or not. And I think it's, really impactful for people to realize, especially as we talk about this, what's the formula now with social media? Because it is so different. Mm-hmm. Getting backstage and having that real organic one-on-one conversation may not always be possible, but trying to make that as possible as you can is really important. And it was always the long game for me. I knew early on going in, I didn't have the chops to talk to people at that level, at your level, and be like, hey man, you should come play my drums. It's I don't want to come across that guy in any relationship in life, whether it's business or not. It's not going to work out. Forcing a friendship or forcing any sort of relationship, to me, doesn't work. And
leading with that isn't necessarily the answer.
Yeah, it's not the answer, and it's off-putting. And I wanted to I was taking my SJC hat off. I wanted to be your friend. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be able to go, dude, when you played that part, what'd you do? I wanted that bird's eye view in perspective, because I had so many questions for you as a fan.
Yeah.
And it blossomed into an amazing relationship where you've pushed me outside my comfort zone of what I know for drums, and I wanted that. I knew I wanted to grow and scale and understand the things that you knew in your career. And you've had, talking about early on learning piano, you've been able to wear so many hats in your band. I think that's such a critical thing to talk about, where, I don't think that musicians and creative knowing and being really good at one thing is bad. Mm-hmm. But I think, you are a testament to learning and knowing lots of ways you help in the studio. You get prepared on the logistics side, and you're involved in day sheets sometimes, and knowing where you're going and what you're doing literally in the band when you're on tour, but also the goal setting and all those things.